Well, for some time now it's been raining. We had glorious weather, absolutely gorgeous weather, too hot to work in. Still did, but it was too hot to work in really. And now for the past week we've had this nastiness, and the past few days it's been raining really bad. Parts of England have had really bad wind, but we've got away with that a bit. It's been blustery but not windy. But it has stopped the flowers flowering. Everything's looking good in the flower department. Bit windswept, but who cares about that. And this lovely fuchsia has shown its true colours. I thought it was a bit dowdy, but after a few days in its new pot, the flowers are showing their true worth. These flowers, I still don't know what they actually are. They look like snapdragons. Right, show. They're going to be a good show. Whatever happens, that'll be a really good show. The berries on the currants are showing themselves up. So if the pigeons don't attack them, I'll be really happy. And the asparagus has put up really good shoots. As soon as the weather picks up, I'm going to have to deal with this vine. It's getting a bit long. As yet there's only a few very small grapes setting. Hopefully you could see that. It's getting very wet on the screen. The wind's attacked my onions. I've taken the tops off of these pens so I can get to them easier, and I've started getting a few flowers coming up where they're bolted. Not sure why, not sure at all. I've got flowers on there. And I've planted all this lot. Cabbages and beans. These are Alan's and these are mine. I've had a few spare, so you give me some runner beans. They have all, let's throw that away, they have all been blown over and need winding up. So I'll do that before I go. Might be a bit of rain, but never mind. The ones I put in the earlies, the very early cabbages, they're doing really well. These in the pen with cauliflower, not as good, but there's growth, and that's what we need. Right, I've left this path because straight along there, all the way along there, there's maize style coming up. A bit useful, and these plants have really picked up. They do look nothing like the cabbages that they're supposed to be, but there you go. Well, as you can see, they're doing really well. But these are, let's have a look at them. Yeah, they're what them. Those are turnips, which look very similar to those, which are supposed to be cabbages. Turnips, cabbages. You think somebody on eBay, that's where I got the seed from, got the seed mixed up, as I do, but they're all seem to be bolting, so I'll rip them out before I go. I might have a chance. Let's get out the mud onto the path. I've covered over some of my tomatoes to give them a chance. The ones I've covered over are romping away. I've got flowers on some. The ones I haven't are still alive, and that's all I care about. They're alive. They'll give me a crop. My potatoes are doing well, and because I haven't been able to get them down, if you look down here, there, the mare's doing well. It'll take me a fair half hour to clean out all the mare's tail from in there. I've got to get it done this time of year because in a month I won't be able to see it. And there's another bit, another big bit. Needs to be pulled up. The less sunlight it gets, the weaker the root stamp, the more chance you've actually got of it dying. Whatever you do, don't compost mare's tail at all. It'll just spread everywhere. You've got to fight to get rid of it as it is. These are Alan's beans. He's put in for himself, but mainly for Ziggy. Which, as you can see, these have been all blown off the canes. We put them in 2 days before the wind started to pick up and the weather changed, so we haven't been able to wind them around the bean poles, but they're doing well. They've grown even in this weather. Who cares about this weather when things are growing? Still got a bit of digging here. As you can see, it's been dug once, so it ain't going to take too long. Bit of an afternoon. Still leave me time to do other jobs. Well, that's it. Really on the plants in front. Everything I plant out has got a little bit of the cheap grow bags that you get for about £1.25 underneath, so they've got a good start. That's mixed slightly with the soil, and as you can see, those there, last week when I put them in just after I made the last video, were very small. They're a quarter of that size, and they've romped away, absolutely romped away. What hasn't bothered moving at all are these French beans. Them dying or looking very sickly. They're the same size as I put them in. Right next to it, whatever that is, I forgot what that is. I think it's courgettes, I'm not sure. Yeah, courgettes. They've even got a flower. I took the cloche off them to put on the tomatoes last weekend, and they've really shown the mettle. And a little bit of corn, sweet corn, I'll be putting marrows there to make marrow wine with that corn there. I'll have to ask Phil if I can cut that down, it's getting a bit silly. Don't want seed all everywhere. Well, that's it. A very wet update. Very wet indeed. But everything's showing itself good. I've made this little pot for carrots. They won't be too great, but they'll be alright. And a little bit of salad. A little bit of salad to keep me going before I plant the other side. But there you go. I have come down to water. Well, water my seedlings in the greenhouse. I have no chance of watering out here. Must be saft. But yeah, I've got a bit of watering. I'm hoping to get some lettuce. But no chance. Covered in mud. One thing that doesn't grow in this weather is lettuce. But I thought I'd come down, show you what's happening. I thought I'd have a lot of moaning to do, but hey, I'm happy. I mean, the wind's got to the onions, the wind's got to my beans. I can't do anything really. I can't sit and watch the flowers and the tadpoles. Can't even show you the tadpoles, can't see them. The only thing I can actually complain about is this apple tree. The last lot of bad weather killed off all the fruit. Really nice apples in there as well. Only a small tree, but that's it. So I'll walk up and down, I'll say ta-ra. I hope this is filmed. I can't see because of the rain on the screen, but there you go.